Hello, this is Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Kevin, and it's been a while. Holy cow, it's been ages. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this. These wonderful people have showed up to play a game with me tonight, and that makes me extraordinarily happy because it has, as I may have mentioned, has been a while. These amazing people are, but are not limited to because some of the amazing people are in chat. But the ones that are here visually start with Sean. Who are you? Where can we find you? What else do you do?
I'm Sean from Dolls for Donors. We are going to be having an event this year. Still determining how big or small that's going to be, uh, but I'm getting all the things rolling in place. So dollsfordonors.com. Other than that, I'm here on Friday nights.
Yeah, awesome. Let's just go straight across the line. Let's talk to Primus. I'm just going by your
Hello,
username, so you call him what you want to call him.
it's
Yeah, you tell me what to call
it's
you.
fine. My name is Aaron. I also go by Primus. You can find me on Twitter at Primus_cast. You can find me Tuesdays over on Charlie Xavier D&D over here on Twitch, where I played June Seabreeze in Shipwreck Isles campaign, which has been a blast. You can find me here on Friday nights playing Mick O'Houlihan, and that's about it.
Oh, there's so much more, but you're being shy. We'll move on. Solar Dasher, tell us about yourself.
I'm Solar Dasher. I'm just your friendly average neighborhood pony. I do try and
Nothing
stream on my
average
own
about
channel.
you. Please continue.
Oh, I'm average, trust me. You can normally find me on my own channel, which is twitch.tv / Solar Dasher. Solar_Dasher. Let's try and figure this out one of these days.
It's been a while. It's been a long time.
It's been a while, and then I might actually stream later tonight or tomorrow. I've got a 3-day weekend, so we'll see.
Nice.
Normally, otherwise, you can find me here. I'm playing the lovely Blake. They go by they, them. We're still trying to figure out what we are.
And
other than that, that's pretty much it about me.
And a thing in the future that we can't talk about yet.
Because we still haven't done much talking to each other.
Well, actually, now that you mentioned that, that's two things in the future now that I'm thinking of.
You're right too.
Yeah, two. Look at that. Secret projects. Welcome to the club. Speaking of secret projects, the person who's always got something going on he can't talk about, but he's usually got something going around that he can talk about. So please, if you would be so kind, Eddie, talk about yourself.
Hi, my name is Eddie Elfman. I'm an Edmonton-based voice actor. You can find me here Friday night. It is Friday, thank God. It's hopefully a 3-day long weekend if you respect labor. Playing Tyler Nicky Jacobs, or Nicky is what his friends call him, or TJ, or he's we'll get to meet that lovely fella tonight. Monday evenings, I'm here, same place, more or less same time, playing a Buffy the Vampire Slayer TTRPG, where I play Miss Cheryl Da, a debutante witchy woman. And then besides that, you can find me on other socials. I posted my Twitch because tomorrow I'll likely be trying to stream some Baldur's Gate 3. I'm a DM. I have a deep love for Dungeons and/or Dragons, and I'd like to burn a lot of man hours into that. So it's a nice little gift to myself.
Are you starting at the very beginning?
Oh, I'll give it a shot. I got
a character.
I put a pre-order in for PlayStation.
Oh,
I'm getting on that. I'm getting on that, and I'm going to be streaming it tomorrow.
All right,
let's go.
In that case, I won't say a word about the fact that I've been playing it on PC for a week.
What is that?
Didn't say that. I didn't say that. You didn't hear it. You can't hear it. You don't. You only have it on console. Anyway. Speaking of me, because I don't want to, but I should, so I'll redirect. Tomorrow night, we got another show, the exact opposite of this. It's no fun at all. It's nasty. It's dark. It's soul-crushing. Most people are crying most of the time, but lots of people like it. So tune in on Saturday nights we're using the Necrobiotic game system and having a little waltz across an absolutely destroyed northern Italy. So tune in for that. Monday is the Buffy game we were talking about before. Tuesdays, to balance that out, we have a dark and nasty and gritty cyberpunk game run by our very own Bison _ Stonefist. The rest of the week, stay tuned. Things we can't talk about.
Even my things we can't talk about.
Many things we can't talk about. More things than there are days to put the things in. And that's why we can't talk about most of them yet, because it's scheduling. But we're finally here. We're finally now. Let's do this. The three of you, because Tyler is not yet here, made your escape, so to speak, in the guise of a cover band composed of famous historical figures of English history.
I do want to say I did mentally envision a symbol to put on the bass drum of this band.
Oh, yes, please
it
do
is
share.
a C with a backwards 3 overlaid over top of it.
Churchill 3.
Yep.
Churchill.
And the 3-wheel bike rolls to a stop right in front of Callum's brownstone. As you walk up the stairs, the door goes and opens like the airlock you now know it is. From inside down the hall, Callum's watching TV again, some sport of some kind, and you hear him bellowing, your father was a purple prick baboon and your mother was a slow-moving marmot. Oh, shit, the door. And his head comes around the door, whiskey in a glass underneath it. Oh, good, it's you lot. Do you know what you've done?
Like, in a serious sense, a metaphorical sense, or like, just, I don't know.
In a how
sense
much
of
whiskey
sense?
do you want in your glass sense?
Like,
He holds his up
I
and
don't
it's
know.
full. Like it's a tumbler, right? It's got, like, if you were measuring, it's 4 fingers of whiskey in a 5-finger glass.
Like, if you're, like, willing to, like, share it, like, I'm down for,
I've got
like, the full
lots.
4 fingers.
I've got
Man.
lots. Come in, sit down.
I'll just take 2. I'll let you know after we hear what's going on.
If I remember correctly, you don't drink. He points at you, Blake.
I don't drink at all. Sorry.
Well, we'll see about that in about 2 minutes. Have a seat around on the big comfy couch over there. So which one of you gave up the Cambridge 5?
Oh, like, that was my brilliant idea, man.
You're still
was
dressed
totally
as
my
Churchill, right?
Yeah. We haven't
Yes, I'm
changed.
still dressed as
With the
Churchill.
real
We
Churchill
never said we
cigar
got
in
out of
your
the
hand.
costume.
Looking at him, saying that. I just wanted to be clear.
We never said whether or not we changed out of our getups.
Nope.
So
We got
I'm
in
just
and we drove
assuming
off.
we're
Yeah.
still in
So
getup.
there's a Queen. Who have we got? The Queen,
It's
Churchill,
Churchill and Benny Hill.
and Benny
Benny
Hill.
Hill.
Benny
Right,
Hill
right.
in
Oh,
Lederhosen.
How could I
In
forget
Lederhosen.
the Benny Hill and Lederhosen third? That's the 3 that's standing in the living room trying to, as he's trying to calm the 3 of you to speak. Well, so what you figure happened with that then? And he sits down across from you and goes to cross his legs and remembers he's wearing a kilt and doesn't cross his legs directly at you.
Like, I don't know, like some people who made like some bad things happen didn't do those bad things.
Well, they did them for a lot less time, for sure. But, you know, I presume you gave him that so you could get re-elected.
Like, no, that wasn't my plan.
That's how he used it.
Well, like, I'm sorry, like, I'm not the smart one here. Like, I can't read that far in advance. Like, my whole idea was I like give him that, and like they'd win the war, and like he'd give it to his people, who needed to know the things, and everything would be fine. They'd get thrown in jail or executed or whatever, and life would go on.
So the way you remember it then, if you remember it at all, you did say you're a bit thick. Churchill stayed in power until about 1955. That's, yeah, I looked it up today. So yeah. Yeah, so what do you think that fucking creature from the distant past oozing up out of the cracks of shit did with an extra 10 years before the prick died in office?
I mean, I don't think calling him like ooze coming up from the ground is like super appropriate.
Proxy
And
wars. That's what he
like
did.
A what?
Proxy wars. Greece and Turkey, except it wasn't really Greece and Turkey fighting, was it? No, it's USSR and Britain, wasn't it? Same thing, Hungary and Romania a couple of years later, and then after that, that whole Slovenian, Croatian, Bosnian, Herzegovinian mess. They tried to call it the People's War. It kept
I'm
Britain
like-
as a world power for almost 20 years longer than it would have happened before. Instead of being broke and nothing to talk about but to laugh at the end of 1945, we didn't get there until 1965. It did, however, almost completely fuck the Balkans.
Oh. Like the Balkans are a pretty chill place. Like that's
Yeah, when most of the people are dead, it tends to be pretty, how did you put it? Chill?
With a couple of them 6 feet under, I would have supposed so.
On
I'm
the
like-
bright side, and he fills his glass back up and just puts the bottle. He doesn't offer to pour for any of you anymore. He just puts the bottle in the middle of the table. On the bright side, the scales loosened considerably.
That's a good thing, right?
On a local level, yes.
I hear a but.
Well, there's a couple million people in that wee southeastern bit of Europe. That's lands and houses and lives have been scarred forever, but fuck it, they're not here, are they?
Well, in our defense, we're all kind of making it up on the spot as we go, and quite frankly, we lost the instruction manual, I think.
You're
So-
also wanted. 3
A
folks
what?
pretending to be a cover band have caused wanton destruction, is the quote. In a national museum.
Then I'm guessing I should
No
get back to my
chat,
other
but
street
that's coming.
films.
Yeah, as you
like,
stand there as said cover band in his living room.
I
With the
just
motorcycle,
want
the
to
three-seater one-of-a-kind motorcycle
have
that
it,
we
like-
invented parked outside.
put in the record that a certain somebody on the inside encouraged us to take those actions and just leave like right mess of things, to put it as it were. So like I don't feel like bad about that, and I mean we're all in like costumes, so like we just burned the costumes and we're all good.
Oh, the three of you will be fine. No consequences whatsoever.
But
Something tells me that's not quite the same.
No, they don't know who you are. I mean, you wouldn't be stupid enough to drive the vehicle here and park it out front. You're right, we burn the costumes and everybody's good.
Hey, Mick, did you leave something outside on the porch?
Oh, for Christ's sake.
May want to drive that down the road a bit.
maybe park it in front of the local weed dealer.
Stripped for
like
parts in 10
I
minutes.
guess I can like look at giving it like a brand new like paint job and like
So it'll
borrow
be a
some new
completely
plates and
different
stuff.
one-of-a-kind trike.
It's a motorcycle with 2 sidecars. I'm pretty sure it's going to stand out no matter what color it is.
Not if like I change it so the sidecars are like mini go-karts that you're driving now, and then I just have my motorbike.
On the TV
Okay,
in the
I'm
background,
going
you
to-
see, yeah.
I'm going to change why he tries to do auto mechanics.
Yeah, and meanwhile, yes, thank you again. In the background, you see that the sport has ended and the news is on. And yeah, there's that weird jerky, you'd think they could do this better London CCTV footage, where somehow it's 2023 and they're still doing 2 frames a second. Yeah. No clear shots. It's like the cameras are put in positions where they can never actually get a good face shot. They're all up too high. But never mind.
So there's an APB out for Churchill, the Queen, and Benny Hill. That's
Yes.
all we need. That's all
Yep.
we have to do.
in a 3-seater
For us.
motorcycle. Either way, I'm going to be nice and I'm going to give you a place to park the motorcycle. There's actually underground parking for the brownstone, so you can just pull it around back and hide it under a tarp in the basement. Because I know you don't
Yeah.
want to get rid of it.
If we change some more stuff, maybe we can actually take it back out for joyriding.
Just commit much bigger crimes and people will forget about this one.
Oh,
Pretty
easy,
true.
easy.
Speaking of much,
Looking
bigger
at our
crimes-
list, easy.
Yes.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
got quite a list of crimes we can
Speaking of, let's get to that. You get the bike hidden. You guys get out of the outfits, have drinks for those that want them, and watch the news. And yes, it's being played up primarily as probably just a prank, but incredibly expensive and incredibly poor taste. And they're looking for people, but don't seem to have any leads.
I really didn't
So
smash
far.
too much. I was more
Nope.
grabbing stuff.
Yes, you were the grab. Yeah, there's the other two did the smash. You did the grab.
I don't think I smashed much either. I don't remember.
Well, yes, we're all looking at you, Mick. But once you get that done, so now the Churchill mobile in the basement is now just another of an endless number of vehicles under a tarp in a parkade somewhere. Just one of those, yeah, the shapeless brown tarps that somehow fit. Anyway, you make your way back to the brownstone, back into Callum's living room, and he's switched the smart TV over to the monitor that shows you the map and the list. And at the moment, number 3 and number 10 are gone, so I'll cross those out on stream. But he says, well, you're off to a great start. You chased the Romans out 400 years early, and you fucking near got Eastern Europe nuked. So, and he goes, what's next? And he almost drops over his drink and knocks over his drink. Oh shit.
Careful there.
Look how upset you've got me.
Committing
Don't
alcohol
spill the
abuse,
good
aren't
stuff.
I nearly peed my kilt.
you?
Do that in
So,
the bathroom, please.
I'm thinking maybe we should take one that might be just a little more low key than give everything a chance to keep looking for the Churchill 3.
Yes. There is a list for the players in the game.
Yeah.
It's called Events, Items, and Locations.
Yep. So I'm wondering if we had the one that was either that first building, along the archaeology dig, or we've also got the I guess that piece that was under the London Bridge. Now, you did say it's under the bridge, correct? Not like in a museum. up
Yeah,
the bridge.
time capsule under the
Yeah,
current
When they
bridge.
built a new bridge, they put it in a magnetic box stuck to a frame underneath with a wee bit of metal from the first bridge.
Yeah, you said it was like a nail or something from it.
A rusty,
Yeah, it says
a
rusty nail.
Rusty nail. Yeah. All right. So I think maybe something like that. It might not be quite so. Let's go change the world Possibly. Yeah.
DM did not just do that. DM is much better poker face than that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
our other options are pretty much let's go rob someplace. And
Fair
I'm
enough.
thinking those are
Museums. Yep. Yep. The Great Fire is only going to a national monument, pulling the plaque off the wall, and getting the sign from behind it.
And we could put it back.
Although St. Paul's Cathedral is a piece of a window on display in the current church from the original church, so that's just walking in and touching it. There's those ones too.
like I picked the last one, and like we know how that went, so like I think I'm gonna sit this one out and like leave y'all up to it, because apparently I'm just dumb and can't do anything right.
No, it's not. It's not at all like that. Now, I do have to say, no matter what we do, we will not be using the cover of a cover band for this next mission. That is completely out.
I say we never use it again.
Second that.
Maybe not that one. But it'd be a hell of a theme for a series on television, wouldn't it? They're a different cover band every week. What am I thinking? It's not fiction, it's reality, people.
With the brigand band, you know.
I say we do the first building site.
So that was a live. They've just discovered it. It's along the beach by the edge of the River Thames, overlooked by tall buildings, well lit and well protected. And you have to get out there into the muck and steal a sliver of the original building.
Oh.
One nod. I'm going to count as a seconding, and one abstention. So I think we're good. Right?
I think we could go for that.
All right. Those go down there till next week. So with that, Callum taps it, and the map zooms in, and I didn't do that, so you have to imagine it or zoom in on your screen at homes. Your screen's at home. There we go. Put the S in the right spot. But this is, as I said. Oh, there we go. A card has been played. Who played this?
I played it, and it's sizing things up. We're going to spend the scene focused on, in this case, how to get that item that we need.
The situation. Focus on the situation, and in future scenes, all rolls related to that will be boosted. I love it. So focus on like security, so you can figure out how to sneak in.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll focus on the security.
So, and we're going to do remember after in just a second here, we're going to do where we build the plan together, where we go back and forth with the bits of information and we build this together. So keep that in mind. You are hyper-focused on this as we do that. Other than that.
Yeah, we got little sticky fingers in this party.
Says the person who went to a historical monument and just piled shit by the door for when we leave.
Oh, I was just saying something. I'm just saying something good on behind scenes.
Oh my.
All right. So Callum hits the button, it zooms in, and he kind of looks up at you and grinning. He's pretty tanked by now. So, have you ever been mudlarking? Do you even know what that is?
No.
I'm like, I went noodling once, but like, I don't think that's the same thing.
It's when you go down by the river and dig around through all the oak and the silt and the rocks and the dirt and find old things and go, ooh, that's important.
That sounds like gold mining to me.
It's kind of like that, except instead of gold, you're looking for, in this case, for a wee stick.
How wee are we talking?
Probably about the size of a toothpick. From what you've told me, as you get closer, you'll be able to tell, but...
Yeah, so pretty much the needle in the haystack. Okay, got it.
Yeah, because
that's easy enough. Yeah, we've done that before.
Right, little wooden sticks surrounded by thousands of other little wooden sticks. You've nailed it precisely in one. But you forgot to mention the busy street, the pubs, the people drinking, the coffee shops, the residential area, the strand on the green overlooking it, all the archaeologists hanging about, the security all over the place. I mean, it is after all the oldest building ever found in London. All you gotta do is get through that. It's easy as shit.
Well, I would say at night is probably a better time. Where we
Especially
can go-
considering it's also a tidal river, so there's only 2 times a day where it's out of the water.
Thank you. Well, first of all, we need to figure out when's the best time in the evening to go. Basically, when it's dark. I'm saying we go in the dark because there'll be less people around.
Right.
If
3 a.m. is when the tide is at its lowest. That's also when the bars all get out.
They'll be drunkards, so most likely not necessarily going to be focusing clearly enough to identify us.
number one, number two, what I'm suggesting is that we wear, and then they point to the outfit, something similar to like what I'm wearing, basically all black so that we don't stand out. Like them old timey wimey thieves that I've heard about, or the ninjas.
Yeah. So yeah, I started with that was to do this mechanically speaking. I make a statement, then you guys make one. So mine was the site is highly visible from a busy river and the shoreline and close dwellings, and you countered with you're all gonna dress in black, basically. You're all gonna dress stealthily.
Well, if they want to do that, that's fine.
If
That was the
that's-
suggestion from Blake.
Okay. That's something you can do yourself then, certainly. But yeah, let's start with the highly visible and tidal. I'm going to give you 2 for 1. So.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure I'm understanding the layout of the place we have to go.
Yep.
It's basically an area that is basically tide pool type of area where no matter what, at least part of the time it's submerged, correct?
Yep, exactly. There's a wall, the wall of the river, and the tide comes up onto the wall at high tide, and at low tide it comes down and leaves a strand, a bit of mud and whatnot between the base of the wall and the water level, and that area that's only available twice a day is where this building was. So, how would you guys like to change that? And because you're going to be part of this run, and this game is metagaming all to hell, you can be part of this.
Sure.
Yeah, you're in. I'm just going to get rid of this map off the
Yeah. Do you want me to jump in with anything?
Yes, but I was just going to say,
If you
with
have
this,
an idea,
yeah,
go for it.
absolutely. This is the mechanic of the game. So yeah.
Yeah, the archaeologists have narrowed it down to a 10 by 10 foot
Oh,
area, and they've put pillars in for an
Nice.
excavation site.
They've X marks the spot for you. I love it.
They've put in
Perfect.
like retaining walls.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you can just bam right to it, right? You don't have to sneak around and search. You got to get there still and get in, but once you're there, it's just beeline to that spot. Perfect. Second point I made was 3 a.m. Drunks. So how do we counter that or offer?
Well, I have
Okay.
something. Okay, go ahead.
So I have a card I want to play.
Yep.
And it's tied into this.
Okay.
I study for this test. You have a piece of information crucial to your success.
Okay.
So I'm assuming the archaeological site is slightly underground, right?
It's sticking up out of the mud. The building, like the structure.
So okay.
It was like
but there is a old fallout shelter which has connected to a old system of underground tunnels because of this location where we're at. There's the King's College,
yes, there is,
and there is a tunnel between King's College and the Blackfriars, which connects to this fallout shelter, which we can use as an escape route to get out of the area quickly without having to deal with the drunks.
Okay, that would help you when you got back. I'm willing to go 1 extra and give you that tunnel for the way there too. So rather than having to sneak onto the beach, you can sneak through a college that isn't expecting you. Basically, break through 1 door, go downstairs, find this tunnel, and right.
Yeah.
and it gives us a chance to have a tunnel encounter. And then, yeah, you'll yeah, that's all we're gonna do right now because I already have an idea for that. All right, so is everybody okay with that one? Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
The third one is we dealt with that one already. The site is protected by armed security, so you do have that 10-foot by 10-foot area. You can get, basically my idea is you'll now come out of the wall, that wall that I was talking about, the tidal wall that comes in and out. You'll be able to come out, essentially out of that wall a short distance, but not a non-existent distance,
To the structure.
to the actual place where you have to go and grab the piece of wood.
So, due to the fact that, as with everything, this is a government-funded project
Yep.
because of the grants.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't exactly pay for the security all day long.
Okay.
So the security guards that are on duty at night have to basically periodically have to go back in to the booth because the surveillance cameras they run off of the old tapes. So they have to go in and they have to stop.
That's how cheap they are.
Rewind the cassette
Yeah.
so they can start the recording.
Your
over.
butt is that they use like magnet tracks or VHS to be like, okay,
They use beta. Nobody could play it.
it's just 8 tracks.
And because it's nighttime, there's nobody there. So during the day, they make the show of it because that's when everybody can see
Sure.
this. But at
Absolutely,
night, they've
yeah.
got like the one guard who has to keep running back to
Yeah.
sit there and
So that
change
gives
the tape,
you
rewind the tapes and change them.
so brief times with no guard. Okay, yeah, because of
Or
that. Perfect.
cameras at that point.
Or yep,
'Cause he's-
yeah, you're right.
he's
'cause
rewinding
messing
the
with
tapes.
cams too. Yep, perfect. All right, my final one. Yeah, they're up on the road, but there is a 24-hour. I called it a news crew here, but honestly, it's probably some small internet trying to get big on this. But they've set up like the 24-hour cam like you do on an eagle's nest, except it's on an archaeological site that isn't doing anything.
Except watching the tide come in and out.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But there is that particular, and because it's a webcam company, at least the one thing is the camera is really good. So there's one good cam pointed at right at the site, live feeding to the internet.
Do we want to have it be that when all the pubs let out, it blocks the view?
Oh no, I've got something that can branch off of that. Would make okay. So the webcam is like super good quality, but it's on like a very flimsy pole,
Oh, the drunks like to hit.
and a drunk
really-
just runs into it and knocks it over. So the webcam's just sitting on the ground now, looking into the dirt.
The van is getting mugged. Okay, because I had it in my head.
But
It's
it's-
in a van.
Well,
So, yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's funny to knock the
Yeah.
structure
Yeah,
when
well,
you
yeah,
leave.
right.
Either
Either that or the drunks go by and just constantly hit it because it's like,
Yeah.
Yes.
that's cool.
The
So it's
other
just
thing-
Constantly doing it. You go, whoa.
I can jump up there and hit that. So can I. Oh, I fell down.
It just has a big "don't knock" sticker, so they
Yeah.
do it.
So they can't help themselves. Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
other thing I was gonna say was like this big opening up this big black umbrella,
Okay.
like right over the site. Just kind of blocks the view temporarily, and then we just close the umbrella when done.
Oh, the if I'm not here next week, this is why. The Putin system for making people disappear. Somebody with and it doesn't even have to be you did it the difficult way. If somebody just opens up a camera right in front of the van, like what I was thinking when you said it was there's patios. There's a patio there, and they got those big beer commercial sun
Awning,
things,
the
the
awning
awnings
on.
there. You just pull
Yeah.
one of those over in front of the camera.
There you
That
go.
works, yeah. Oh, these work together, because this way the drunks go, oh, beer awning, must be beer, and then they come over, and when there's no beer, they start shaking the van, going beer, 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 beer. This works. Yeah. This absolutely works.
Keep them busy and away from the camera, but block the camera at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do we want to switch back to face cams?
And sorry.
Do we want to switch back to face cams for stream?
I thought I had. Wrong button. There we go. There we go. Sorry. Thank you. I hit 2 of the 3 buttons that I needed to do that, but it didn't work. So now we're back. All right. Thank you. So with that, the 3 of you, we're gonna, we'll long rest, right? This is a TV show. Nobody sleeps in TV shows. It's boring. So a short period of rest later, the 3 of you, you're still on the news. You're still the whole news story for the day. How the Churchill 3 and by noon, another band calling themselves the Churchill 3 has sprung up on the internet, but it's clearly not you. But with
They
that,
don't pull off the Queen like Oz does.
No. Your Queen's got no
I
Queen.
just thought of a terrible idea.
But I just realized we have to wait till 3 a.m. anyway, so you guys have plenty of time to rest. So, I have a question. Are you taking the trike?
I don't think we can.
Oh,
I don't think we can either.
And I
sad
don't think
faces.
it's reasonable to say in the duration of time from that mission to us going on this mission that Mick could have
No, it was one. It was one after.
done the
But-
mechanics necessary to make it so it's not obvious.
We'll
Okay.
save that for when it's time for us to sit there, rob a museum or something. Yeah.
No. I had an idea though.
Okay.
So, because we have to wait until 3 a.m. anyway, and Kevin already said that there's plenty of vehicles under the covers,
Oh yeah.
Blake's gonna go looking under those covers and find a nice,
Oh yes.
dark colored vehicle that can fit multiple people.
All right. So, group meeting. What do you find? Car nerds, truck nerds, jump in. What did you find?
So we're in London, right?
Yep. Downtown London.
So I'm thinking
The largest practical thing to drive around here is slightly larger than the bicycle, but never mind.
no.
It's an old black cab.
Yeah. Oh, that's
No,
iconic.
as much as I would love it to be a black cab, I think
What's
that's
the other options? Yeah.
Yeah.
little. What I was thinking was the British equivalent of a hatchback Honda Civic.
The hatchback Honda
It's like a
Civic.
hatchback, like Subaru.
The hot hatch. Yeah.
Oh, if you
Yeah.
really want to get this way, it's a Robin.
Mm.
You know what those are?
The 3-wheeler. Yeah.
No.
There you go. You still have your 3 wheels.
And we'll add Mr. Bean as a baddie chasing you around trying to kill your car.
What's common in 2023?
There's the you get like the
God.
little Fiats.
Oh yeah, Fiat 500s. There's a couple
it
of
could
those
be
down
like
there.
it could be like our version
Oh,
of the Italian job.
all black BMW like M5.
Oh, you're gonna be that guy? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be that guy.
You know what this means.
That's my suggestion. That's my.
You know what this
official
means? This
suggestion.
means you're not allowed to signal. No matter where the go, you're not allowed to signal.
I mean, Mick's most likely driving this, so you think he signals anyway?
Well, I mean, there's no reason for you to take one vehicle. If you're stealing vehicles out of the car park, anybody getting their own? You're already hardened criminals. You stole from the government.
I find a nice motorbike
Oh,
that is all in black as well.
oh, like a big
If you're
gold
o-
wing with the fairing and the saddlebags and all the chrome and shit.
No,
Or what?
no, not
okay.
like that. Like the Kawasaki's.
Okay.
Oh.
Little
One of
little
those
rocket.
speed
Yeah.
demons.
A rocket. Okay. Yep. All black.
If you're
Crotch
Lovely.
rocket.
Yeah. Gotcha.
okay, I have to change mine just because the BMW M5 doesn't fit mixed motif.
That's a perfect
mixed
mid-cut.
motif, there is precisely one vehicle in Britain that fits it.
Oh,
It is a Aston Martin DB5.
a 5. Oh, that's pretty classy.
Oh.
DB5 convertible.
Oh,
Of
sure. Why
course.
not? What the hell? Yep. Okay. Why not? So that a nice
Because
motorcycle.
Bacon's about as subtle.
Yeah.
punching
Okay.
face.
Let's go. Let's do it. What do you
Ted's
want, Ted?
Ted's taking. He's going to take one of the Fiat 500s.
Okay.
They're small, quick,
Yep.
speedy, handling
Yep.
good around these small little streets. Yeah.
Excellent. With that, the three of you, like the trained professionals that you are, even though nobody mentioned it, split up and approach
It's the
from
London job.
yeah, and approach from different angles at exactly 3 a.m. and park in the same parking lot and walk across the street together, thus completely negating the effect. But into the college, and I'm going to give you almost all the way there, into the college, through that one door, down the stairs into the basement, through the hatch, and into the tunnel. This is a tidal river, so the sludge is in here too. The silt is in here too. It's
Yep.
splashy. It's stinky. It's, in 6 hours, it's going to be 3 feet of water in here, so you better move. And you splash your way down to the end of that. And at the end is one of these barred entrances. And the rock is all rotten and, been in the water for hundreds and hundreds of years. But it's not a swing open gate. It's stuck. So what do you do?
As before, I do have masonry, and so I anticipated this.
Yes.
With this tunnel coming out into
Yep.
the tidal. So got my hammer, my chisel, and I start going around the stone, right around all these bars. That corrosion the rust would have been eaten into it. So
Yeah, because you know what you're doing, without breaking the structural integrity of the arch itself. Absolutely.
Yep.
You pop enough space for the three of you to get through. You look out onto the beach.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Yeah.
Mick brought up a small point.
Oh, yes.
We never officially took the pills.
No, you didn't. That's right. Shit. Easy. Each
Because
of
we
you.
had to
One of
wait
each.
anyway, so it
You-
made
You
sense.
look. I was gonna say you look down, and in a small package in your pocket, there's a three pack with one of each in it. Each of you has that. So.
Okay.
Take the red pill.
I got the red one.
I'll take the blue pill.
Okay.
I'll take the red as usual.
All right. So 2 people that are changing things, and one that is changing. Blue pill was which one did I assign to that?
It was the past.
The past. All right.
Light of the past.
Perfect.
And I already have a bit for what we're dealing with.
Okay. So you look out through that opening now, just in time to see the guard look at his watch and turns around and stomps up the little walkway that he's on and into the office, and through the window you see him hit the button and just start to swear, and he hits some more buttons. You see him take out the tape, but he's holding it like that. You know exactly what happened. It ate the tape. And now he's trying to get it out of the machine, and he's trying to because you guys burned a whole sort of plot point on this. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's on cue.
Yeah.
It's on cue.
I have full spectrum vision.
Yes, you
So
do.
what I can do is I can tell those guys
Yeah.
to go ahead and go get the splinter.
Yep.
And I can keep from where I'm at because I can see just fine. Like I have night vision goggles.
Yep.
I can keep an eye on him and send a signal.
Yep.
Should he finally start to come out of the building before they're finished?
Absolutely. So you stay on guard. That also means that you can hear above you. You can hear the screams and yells and shouts of unwilling drunks being finally booted out of the bars at 3 o'clock in the morning. Some cases with a lot of physicality and impetus involved by certain bouncer persons. For some reason, they all immediately start peeing on everything, like nobody went before they left the bar. It's a bizarre. Anyway, And then they see the van and they start rocking the van, and you can hear inside the van, "Don't do that, I get seasick real easy." Oh. And they start dancing around with the sunbrellas in front of the cams. Yeah, you guys are absolutely got your moment. This is it. 10 meters, 10 yards across the gap. Splash, 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 splash. Just because I would like a roll from everybody, something like graceful, unless you can convince me of otherwise.
Alright, so
Remember, if
I
you don't
do
have that as a
have the
chosen skill,
fast
it's a
trait.
D6. Fast?
I have the fast trait.
Yeah, we'll give you fast, sure. So that's
'Cause
a
I'm-
D. It's a D10 instead of,
D-
or a D8
it's a
instead of a
D8.
D10. A D6. Sorry.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere. Do you need it from me too?
Yep. This is just to get across, or to get across. Oh, you're staying here. Okay, right. Never
Yeah,
mind.
I'm
You don't
staying
need to.
there.
Yeah.
But I also have the option. I also remember I have clinging.
Yes, that's right. So
Like
you
if
wouldn't
I
have to make.
notice
Yeah,
that,
you're not
yeah,
going
if
to
I
fall over
notice,
anyway. So yeah.
Okay.
yeah, if
I
I
have-
notice the guard. So what I want to do is, if I notice the guard is getting ready to come out,
Yep.
for some reason or another, part of the machine is accessible from a window. I have also now electrical disruption.
Okay.
So I can make that thing go haywire to keep them in there longer if they need a
Perfect,
little
yeah.
more time.
Perfect. He gets the tape out and gets the. He's using. You use your thumb with the VHS tapes because you didn't have to get the pencil, at least like a cassette. He starts cranking
Right.
it shut, and then pff, all of a sudden he looks down and the VHS machine is smoking. He just throws the thing in the corner and turns around, lights a cigarette, and steps out on the other side, cussing and swearing. So he's out of the game. This gives you a chance to run across.
Okay.
Mick.
So my argument is Nick's just going to look down at the path, and he's just going to intuitively know the least violent path,
Okay.
as it were, as the one that causes the most background noise, as it were.
Absolutely. So yeah, give me a D8 to the two of you. You're rolling against a hard hurdle. So it's a 5-6 is your hurdle. A 5 and a 6. I'm waiting for you guys to roll. I looked over there. Oh, they already did. So yes. Well, actually, those are both almost. So yeah, it's slippy and it's slidey. You get there, but by the time you get there, you're like one of you went down into one of you's got mud up to here, and the other one slipped and it's got all up the back of your pants, and it wasn't a clean crossing, but you get there. As you get close, you smell immediately swamp. Like this isn't swamp here. This is just silt, but you smell healthy swamp. Lots of green, lots of fecund growth and mushrooms and winds and all the things that you do not feel on the beach in London on the Thames. So you know you're getting closer. You get to that squared off area inside the tape. And as you get in beyond that, there's this kind of moment where you realize it's just the two of you in here. And that's when you can start to almost taste the fish that you're smelling cooking. Is that as you keep getting closer, the sensations get
Digging and
stronger and
digging,
stronger? Yes.
Digging.
Two of you are digging and digging. Both of you just give me a straight D8. I want to see who finds it. Whoever rolls higher is the one that's actually going to find. Well, nope, that's not you.
Hey. We could tie.
That is true.
The two of you are digging.
Our
Digging
our
and digging.
fingers touching the mud.
That is
upon-
exactly, yeah, you find each other's fingers in a moment as you kind of pull back from
You
that.
both splinter.
Yeah, yeah. But as you pull back, let's go because you rolled first. So, Mick, as you pull back, you feel something drive into your finger. This muddy little piece of stick crams into your finger. And as
Ouch.
it does, you hear voices. Again, you can understand them. You know they're not speaking English, but Doctor Who rules. We've already shown that in previous episodes. You hear two people arguing. And as you open your eyes, it's broad daylight and you're lying in a swamp.
I was supposing that Blake is gonna, because Blake's like clinging to the side of the building, causing the disruption.
Yeah.
That they are just gonna plop, fall into the mud.
Yeah, because as soon as he touches it, all of you that are linked pop. So the fingers touch, they pull back, the two down on here, and then you back by the door. At that exact moment, I need Tyler to explain to me. First of all, give us a little background on Tyler, sort of who he is, and then why is he here at 3 a.m. cruising down the edge of the Thames on his board?
So Tyler doesn't play by regular rules. Being a young schoolboy abroad in London, definitely feels a little bit of freedom as he has snuck out from his school field trip that his private school is going on, and he is ripping down the best streets, best pavement that he can find when there's the least amount of people right before all the bars close. And as he's passing by like the Millennium Bridge and going by like Blackfriars, he pulls open his he finishes off his live stream of himself.
Yep.
Sick, carving up some sick asphalt. And as he looks down, he sees that there is a live stream that has a higher number of concurrent viewers than he has. And it is of just a architecture dig site.
Yeah.
And one thing you need to know about Tyler is that he hates history. Actually, you could say it's his detriment. So he goes over, his plan is to knock down one of the knock down the camera or impede it to some degree, because he's quite cross.
Perfect.
And yeah, does he need to be physically does he need to like fall off the edge, or can he just be in that general area?
Absolutely perfect. You come sailing into this little square and you see them rocking the van and partying away, and as you sort of, that's the target, right? That's the van. That's because you can see on the stream it's going like this now, and there's people going up in the screen in front of you. And just as you're trying to figure out what to do, there's one of those stutters. Like if it was in a video game, you'd go, damn it, we just skipped the frame. But it's something about your name, something about the Tyler, something about the Nicky rhymes with Mickey, but there's just this sort of moment. And you're now about 8 feet in the air on your board, coming down towards a sort of mossy patch of probably grass.
Oh, not good, not good. And he's gonna try and hold his balance, hitting the immediate change of terrain.
Agile or graceful, or what have you got?
Balancing.
Balancing. Perfect. Absolutely. You're good at that?
I have 2.
So give me a D10 then. As you just
break my board immediately.
You watch enough X Games, you see that guy that completely screws up the high and comes down like quite a ways separate from the board. Yeah, it's one of those sort of there is no damage because it's swamp, but dude.
Oof.
As you try and get his board out of the muck.
Yeah, as you pull up, you see the back of like 3 old people, like late 20th century people. And beyond that, and this is what all of you now see, this weird ass little round building. It looks like a bunch of people took sticks and put them in that way, and then weaved sticks like this all the way around, and then covered it in mud, and then built a roof out of grass. I'm trying to explain this in a way that somebody who has never studied history for Tyler's sake would see. There's a group of 3 adults, 2 men and a woman, standing in what passes for a doorway of this thing. It's just like a tarp hanging over one wall. yelling with some people that are standing about 20 feet away. A group of two older men standing about 20 feet away, and they're yelling at each other about how it shouldn't be here. You've kind of got the drop on these three old folks.
Just try and look back and forth and take out my phone
No
and see
London, no connection, no Wi-Fi.
no constant pinging of notifications.
Nope.
The silence.
No, you
Hurts.
can't. You have.
Um,
Oh, the FOMO must be awful. You have no idea how many views you're missing. Thank you for the banning.
What the? Yeah, just what the heck? And he's just gonna say heck extra loud
Yeah.
because he knows that his parents are not around.
So the three of you are watching this argument. And we're going to say at this point, at a distance, you can still tell they're arguing, but you can't hear their words. And I say this distance because they're about 400 meters, about a quarter of a mile downstream from you. They're in the wrong spot. And just as you're processing that, you hear, "What the heck?" from behind you. And you turn around, and what do they see when they see Tyler?
Very very lean, definitely like definitely has is like a early puberty and is just like able to, like, I don't know. He's like a volleyball kid
Yep.
type build, short blonde hair, snapback that is not spun to the side like in the Hero Forge, but is backwards, and some over the ear headphones that are around his neck, and some very bright kind of like pink. I'm not sure if those are like sandals, but they're definitely those like shoes that like have individual like toe
Oh yes.
places,
Yep.
Okay.
just for maximum grip
Yep.
somehow.
Yeah.
But he definitely just looks
Covered in mud.
covered
All
in
of you
mud.
are, yeah.
And like he's not used to being covered in mud,
Mhm.
and is grossed out, but is also just grossed out by the nature of it all.
Yep.
That he's being surrounded by.
There's no lights. There's no London. There's
Is it still nighttime, or is it like
it's
midday now?
actually because of it is the afternoon. It's bright and
Okay.
sunny all of a sudden. You can hear wild animals for like there's like wolves and shit. Tyler, you can hear them in the distance.
Sounds like dogs. Doesn't know much. Doesn't know
the
much about
forest
the
is
scary
fair,
world out there.
Fair point. The forest comes right up to the river for the most part. The three of you hear that behind you and have this new piece of knowledge that this building is in the wrong spot.
And so is he. Okay, who is he? Who are you? And what are you doing here?
Well, I could ask you the exact same thing. Okay, I'll tell you my name. You tell me yours. 3, 2, 1. Tyler.
Nick.
Really kind of upset because we need to talk to Callum about this.
We do.
Yeah, Ted, by the way.
But like,
Tyler.
we just need to shelve the column thought for like right now, because like,
Yeah. But we three go through. How did he get through?
That's what I
Through?
would like to know. Especially since he hasn't taken a pill.
I'm sorry, you guys are doing drugs? What?
Here, eat this.
okay, like,
Whoa.
okay.
Ah,
Three
ah,
adults
so-
offer a teenager drugs.
So Mick's probably only
In
a
the
couple
past.
inches taller than Tyler. So he walks up to Tyler, goes to do that adult thing where like you try to get to their eye level, but realizes if he does that, he's actually shorter than them.
Yeah.
So he's like in this like half crouch looking at Tyler in the eye. Like, okay. Like I don't know like the best way to say this to like you, like, dude, but especially because like you don't seem like you understand like a lot of things, but like we're in like history, man, and right now
4800 BC.
All right. Well, I was honest. I hit my head super hard. Probably didn't stop quick enough. So that's
A
probably
good
the best
explanation. A very
case
good
scenario, right?
Yes.
I'm not. I don't know if I am going to take any pills from y'all, all of you three people.
That's all right. It's covered in mud anyway. You probably
We're
don't.
in. Sure. I'm
Hey, look,
reliving
just
the
do us a
failed
favor.
history exam I took. What are we doing?
Okay, so just
American Civil War.
keep quiet, stick close, try not to
America, we ain't nowhere near
Um,
America, kid.
die.
Die.
I like how you said that in an American accent, though.
Like,
So-
okay, to put it simply, like, you see that thing off in the distance with the two people there?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, I think what we were supposed to do is, like, convince them that that needs to be where we are. To fix things.
What? It's why? Is it broken the way it is right now?
yes.
You can say that.
Okay.
Okay,
It's-
I think I've got a way for you to understand this. Like,
Okay.
so, like,
okay.
you know how, like, for, like, streamers, like, sometimes, like, your past broadcasts get, like, broken? Like, or corrupted or something like that?
Yeah.
We have to do that, but to history. Because, like, if we don't,
Nobody can go
Oh,
back and
like
look at
the-
past episodes.
Like the audio and the video is not going to sync up, so we got to put it in Handbrake and get it all to be the exact same like data rate, or else it'll all like look bad, and then your friends will make fun of you because you didn't check the video before you uploaded it, right? Like that sort of thing. Like,
Like,
we're like,
exactly what you're saying. I have no clue what you just said, but it
Oh.
sounded like we were trying to say what I was trying to say, but, like, in your words, which
Okay,
is
'cause
totally
Kevin-
awesome, and I'm proud of you for it, dude.
Kevin was trying not to take it personally. But
It's no, we're only talking about in-game, man.
yeah.
So, like, so we need to do that. Otherwise, like, history is, like, gonna be, like, permanently, like, out of sync, man. And we
Like,
don't
how
want
many
history
times
to be
can
out
you
of
say
sync.
like, man? Blake's getting frustrated. Can we just
Yeah.
do
I
what we
think
gotta
it's-
do already?
that's just I think that's just a compulsion that he has. Like, is that why like if we don't do this for you, like history breaks? Is that
yeah,
like
that's
Well,
yeah, it
yeah,
breaks.
Actually, our
Yes,
future is
let's-
breaking, but yeah.
yeah, let's just go with it.
All right,
breaks,
yeah,
and
I'll
we have
help
to
you.
fix it.
I'll help you deal with whatever you got going on, and then
And
okay.
then by that point, you should come out of your head.
Wake
trauma
up.
and be all
Wake
good.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Blake, you were the one that sort of looked away first, and you look over at these two groups again. The two that were standing separate, the two older men, are gesticulating madly, and finally they turn around and storm away, still yelling. The other three kind of mill around the door for a second and then go back inside.
Blake's gonna take the initiative, meander their way over to the door, and look inside. Take a peek inside.
Okay. The others?
Following over.
Okay.
I'm staying quiet, and I'm making sure not to die.
Okay. And
Sticking around. I'm
Nick,
following.
You guys are all basically packing in a group. Okay, perfect. Tyler, because you're probably sort of towards the back. I'm presuming, sort of like that. This is if there was ever a let the adults do it moment, this might be it. Or am I wrong?
Definitely not turning my back on the two strangers that I just met.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I have seen enough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So as you're
Life.
sort of backing up a little bit and sort of trying to just get everybody and everything in your peripheral, right? Just kind of monitoring all of it. You're the first one to see those two coming back, but it isn't just those two. There's now 4 more, so there's 6 of them coming back, and 2 of them are carrying torches. It's the middle of the day.
Oh, like what's their? This is a question for the
Yeah.
reality, I suppose. What's their vibe?
They are mad as hell. They are. It is. I'm not even. You don't even need a roll. They're planning on burning that building down.
He's gonna like tap.
Probably
Ted and Big.
Oh.
There's some. I think we're gonna go see it like a crime.
And the 3 of you turn and look, and yeah, it's a like it. I don't want to use the word lynch mob in a sense, but yeah, they're going to burn that place, and they don't show any sign of
Tyler's
letting
probably
those people
gonna-
coming out. Like there's intent to injure here. It's
Tyler's
clear.
probably
is it
gonna
just the
try
2
and
of them?
run to intercept.
There's six of them heading
6
in,
now,
2 of them with torches.
Okay.
He's gonna
And-
wave his hands and try
and
to like
3
stop,
inside. Yeah.
cut the people off.
Yeah.
Go, hey, whoa!
Okay.
So
So
Tyler is going to start moving up as well to get within range.
okay. Tyler and Ted. Okay. Are you sort of closing with the baddies? Okay. Blake, you were face into the building, so we're gonna get to you in just a second. And Mick. Boy, is he thinking hard. Look at that. He's pushing his nose. He's thinking so hard.
I mean, I'm trying to embody Mick right now, so like I'm pretending like my brain's working at like a quarter speed.
Quit having good
So-
ideas. Yeah.
We've already had one,
Okay.
man. We got to stop this.
This is, I have an Act 3 only card I'm going to play.
Okay. Yeah, we're in the past. Yeah, sure. Okay, this is Act 3. To be fair, this is it.
So Revelation.
So everything is
Reveal a
boosted now.
turn of your own. Change something about the mission pertaining to the type of your lying. So as
Okay.
the plotter, it's the intent of the mission.
Yes.
So given everything that's happening,
Yep.
so can I tell who looked like they built the structure?
The 3 people inside it.
Okay. So my lying is going to be is that this structure was the original temple to their pagan gods, in that they shouldn't burn it down because it is built to be a place of worship for their gods.
Okay. Okay. So yes, what I'll give you for that's yeah, I absolutely get that. So in that case, you can hear them as you get closer. You can hear them screaming, "Get out! Get out! Get out of our temple!" This basically flips it. So the people that
Yep.
are inside are now the ones that are sort of shouldn't. Well, it's not their temple. It's the 6 of them coming back with fire. It's their temple.
That was a good thought.
Oh no, it's changed things 100% as to who you might decide might be the goodies and the baddies in this scene, right? It was 6
Okay,
guys going to burn
what
down a
Mick-
family.
What Mick's gonna do is Mick's gonna do one of the 6 things in the world he is really good at, which is running.
Okay. Yeah.
And he is just gonna start running toward the group that's inside the hut.
Okay. So you're gonna try and save the folks. Okay.
So-
Yeah. But we're gonna get to that in a second because Blake is already there. You step up and sort of push that cloth aside, Blake, and look in. Who just played the card?
Me?
Okay. Wow. So yeah, this is now Act 3. So everything is boosted. You just boosted all your actions related to this situation. Plus, you're boosted from the revelation or from the card you played in the first scene because you're paying attention to the security on this. Yeah, you're rolling huge numbers. This isn't going to take very long. But either way,
Well, I'm basically I saw something similar in college where a group of people were upset at a particular professor because they all received the same bad grade
okay.
when they checked their answers and they were all correct. So they were basically like kind of writing in a way to that they did not want to, they wanted to, let their voice be heard. So with that in mind, what I was going to do was verify with them, that what it is that they needed to, what it is that they wanted to do, and see if we can't come up with the correct solution for it, i.e., finding a way to move the building without damaging it or something similar.
So as you throw that open, you've seen squatters before, and that's
Yeah.
basically what this is. The oldest of the three, which is an older lady, looks up at you and says, "Please don't throw us out. We built our place just there, and it sank. We have no place to go."
Okay. I'm assuming they pointed to where we found the original building.
Nope. They point right next to this. It is at this point that you realize that this is a terrible place to build. This is a bug-infested, stinking, floating peat bog of an awful decision. The place where you actually, in your real world, found the building is a much better location.
Okay. Think. Okay. All right. I understand that, but you know what? If we keep your building here, it's gonna do the same thing, just a little bit further down, and I can show you exactly where. If you build it there, or if we relocate your hut to there, it will continue to stand for a long time, and it won't get pulled into the bog.
Can you help us build it?
Yeah.
Where? And she pokes her head out the door and starts looking up and down. Over by those trees, and there's some poplar saplings, and some other trees, beech trees, and whatnot.
Wrong hole. Sorry.
Which I know from Time Team means that that's dry land in an otherwise swampy area.
Right. So, but that would be where the building was originally, then, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So
they come out, and at that point, Mick, you get there at that point as they're coming out, and you overhear the conversation about rebuilding upstream where you guys came through.
Okay, like, great idea. I'm gonna stay here and make sure they don't do anything further down.
Okay. So you sort of stand guard at that point. Back to the other two. The two of you are tearing towards this group of 6 people, right? Running towards them. Just because you're young and you're athletic and you're excited, and I think maybe I'm wrong. Does Tyler accidentally get there first? Like just
he's trying to get there.
Oh,
first.
you're trying to beat.
He sees that
you're trying to beat Ted.
That someone's about to set a fire.
Okay.
And being a socially conscious teenager in the year 2023, he knows that starts wildfires. So he's trying to be proactive in this situation.
You tear ass across this swamp, splashing into the muck. You don't care about the mud and the slop, and you skid to a stop and look up at 6 grown-ass adults, 2 of them with torches, looking down at you. What? The one at the front says.
Hey, you're not about this. You're not about causing other people pain or suffering. You're just are really impassioned by what you're doing, right? Like you like to get other people's opinions about things before you act rash. And I'd like to lie to the 2 leaders that are holding the torches.
Okay.
To make them be I don't know. What's the word for it? Democratic, and to poll others about their opinions and make sure that everyone gets a fair say.
I'm gonna perfect. I'm gonna use the word in a positive sense. You're gonna try and woke them in 4300 BCE. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, here's the thing: lies always work in this game. The only question is how difficult it is to resist the damage. So, because you're lying and you're doing what you're good at. Plus boosted. This is a D12. The
All
only
right.
person that's there that's capable of helping you would be Ted. Can you think of anything to do that would help him?
Well, I do have deception to kind of just help back everything he said with additional words of, because it's what everybody in the next village over is doing, and they're doing so much better now because of it.
The new wave riding through the world.
Yeah.
Okay, I love
And
this. Yep.
And I am skilled at that, so that's a D8.
That's a D8 plus we're boosted, so that's a D10.
All right.
So only one person rolls and only one roll is made. So Tyler
Tyler and Nikki.
Because I want this to be epic, because it's your first time, it starts to pour with rain out of nowhere. It is so dark, a cloud rolls in, almost making them have to change the filters on the camera. It's running off of your polyester and plastic stuff. It's raining so hard you're worried about your phone before you remember it doesn't work here. But you look up at them, the rain sliding off of your face, and you make this impassioned plea. Roll a D12 and a D10 for me, please. This is going to be very hard, at least. An 8.
And a D10?
Yep.
Yes. Okay,
Right.
so we're going with the 8.
Ain't-
That is, because hurdles are smaller in Act 3, that is on the hurdle. So you succeed, but 5 out of the 6 of them stand down. The 2 leaders, you got them. They're absolutely... Okay.
Whoa.
Thank you. You dropped that.
Didn't you
at the
just
perfect
didn't you
time.
just hear about what he said about how everybody else is doing it? You don't want to be streets behind, do you?
That-
And he's just gonna
The number
turn
6
the
guy at
almost
the back.
into a
Yeah,
success.
Absolutely. The guy at the back, the ignorant guy that wasn't listening, whose mind was already made up, he was going to use bigotry to burn this place down, steps forward, grabs the torch, and says, "And I'll do it," and gets punched right in the ear hole by one of the 2 leaders. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
wait.
actually, before he does that, as he grabs the torch,
Yeah.
God smote you, and embedded weapon, stun gun.
Soaking wet in the pouring rain. With a torch in one hand, he lights up like a bright blue Christmas tree. You hit the ground. That pushes over the top. The religious zealotry just doubled in this room. And the 2 of them drop the torches into the wet mess. And they look down at you, Tyler, and they take a knee. Tell us what we should do.
Oh God, what is it that one wise guy said? Be excellent to each other. And he looks back at someone who might get the reference. It's like, did I do good? Did we win? Did we fix history?
Okay, you all
We'll find
got
out
the
in a minute.
reference. Your characters all got the reference. What do your characters' faces look like when he drops the Bill and Ted line?
Yes, most excellent, my friend.
It just dives into it. Mick,
I think there's only one appropriate response for
is there
this.
one left? Okay, go. You got one more than me.
Is he drops the hang loose and does a backflip.
Just splash in the dirt. Oh yes, Blake.
Like it's just basically going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe this.
The face palm, perfect.
Yeah, the face palm.
And in that moment, the 2 that were holding the torches look at each other and in perfect unison, be excellent to each other. And they stand up. And the guy gets up off the ground, because I still haven't hit him in the face. He gets up off the guys. That's better than getting hit, I guess. And he says, "My dad told me that was a dumb place to build anyway." And as you look, the whole building starts to settle. The tide's coming in, and the whole thing starts to settle slightly towards the river.
The family still
The
inside?
three of the family and these two come scurrying out the door and head upstream towards the place where you guys originally landed.
Right.
So, we'll you guys go back and spread the word that you need to with the rest of the village, and we'll make sure that here is taken care of.
And the one of them takes a knee again and is looking at the ground in front of the two of you and says, "And what is it that we shall call you in the stories?" And they're like doing that refusing to make eye contact thing because you might be gods. Right? I mean, you just electrocuted their friend in a world that has no.
He's Bill and I'm
it-
Ted.
Yeah.
And is Mick close enough to overhear this?
Over here, yes, but I want to give Tyler a chance. Are you going with the Bill and Ted? Well, no, let's do this. Everybody gets to. So you hear, "I'm Bill and this is Ted." What do you add to that?
Yeah, he just I don't really know if this is history, if you should say our names. Maybe just you know,
"We shall hide your names in songs and runes and riddles. We shall tell no one, but we shall know of the Bill and the Ted."
yeah,
And the Temple of Excellence.
And the
Yeah,
Temple
just,
of Excellence.
do unto others type thing that they would do unto you, like that sort of thing.
Oh.
Like that just
Well, before you finished
and-
that, it didn't make any sense.
yeah, like what
Teach us as we walk.
sure, yeah.
And he's
There's
trying to
this
walk on his
guy.
knees, like behind you.
You should stand up.
Okay, we should stand up and be strong.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's like you've got the sixth disciple. We're gonna get mail.
I
but
don't-
Tyler has
Tyler does
disciple.
not know what BC means.
No,
Gonna
BCE.
put it right
Not
down
even
right
gonna
here.
go that bad. Yeah, BCE.
And
So,
so
Yeah.
Tyler is.
Well,
Tyler
that's
is-
even better.
Nick
Tyler
is-
knows it is before Common Era. He doesn't know when
Yep.
Christ is around.
Yep.
Therefore,
Yep.
BCE.
So Mick is running up at this point and is like meeting them as they're all walking towards this new spot.
Yep, one big, happy, friendly group that understands each other's difficulties and is willing to help each other in this time of strife. Yep,
So
all hail.
so
This turned
To
into a Monty
put it-
Python movie, and I love it.
to put it easy for you is just let people be people and love each other for the fact that they are people too, man.
So yeah, you guys are just enlightening them about
yeah, like think if they're
5,800 years before the actual enlightenment.
think about it this way: if there's someone that like made you the way that you are, you're probably made that way for a reason, and like probably
Yeah.
made in like their image.
There's a
right?
reason I
Like-
got a big nose. The guy at the back says.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, just
And there's a reason
Approach
he
things
doesn't
with
have
love.
hair.
Yeah,
But like love each other despite those things, man.
we can help them build, and we can all live like, yeah. Oh wow, who knew? This morning I
Yeah.
was beating up everybody I saw, and now, what was it? Being excellent to each other. We should put that on a sign somewhere. And they
You
start
know.
building.
Mark it in stone. It lasts longer.
Help us, help us. And in my head, all of you start to help all of them build this bigger wattle and daub structure on the right
And I
spot.
have woodworking as a
Yep.
skill.
So you're it's even this is
and you
why
have
it survived.
masonry.
And masonry,
masonry.
so there's a stone basing. This is why it lasted. This is perfectly
It's a
circular
cornerstone now.
because that's why it lasted 68
And I have
years.
history, so like I
So,
understand like
You
the
knew where to put it, and yep. When it's done, they look at it and they look at you, and you're all filthy. I mean, you built a wattle and daub hut just now after crawling through the swamp. The dogs are barking in the background, wolves even, and all these people who were all fighting just a couple of, an afternoon ago, are now starting up a fire together, and they look over at you and just sort of wave you in and make space around the first fire in the first house that actually got lived in London. As the sun sets, you watch the other one slowly getting washed out and washed out and washed out. It tips into the water and gets washed away by the Thames. About 3 a.m., there's a pop in the fire, and you all kind of, and you're back in that nasty little tunnel underneath the wharf. And right out there is that little space that you just were. It looks like nothing's changed. The drunks are still rattling the thing back and forth. The only thing that's different, Tyler.
Piece of wood's a little bigger too.
It is. But Tyler, you're awake now. This is London. You know this. You might be underneath the wharf, but you know the smells. You can see across the river. You can see the skyline. You're awake, but you're down here with these folks.
This is a really weird dream.
Yeah, it gets worse. Don't worry.
Maybe we should take him along with us.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we do, because we may need to check with Colum on this one, as I said before, because this could be problematic. So, hey, we're not kidnapping you, really. You're just going to come along with us.
To a second location. Okay.
Can I be real with Ted and Blake here? Like, is this gonna get his kilt more in a twist than what I did?
Yeah.
Ooh. Hey, we didn't do this when he followed us, so that's we make sure this is that's going to be bad. So,
Because I'm kind of getting a bit of that vibe right now, and like the whole endangering a minor thing. Like,
well, we didn't
I just say we
endanger.
just need to go.
He kept him safe.
The miner in question. What are your thoughts at this point?
He thinks he's likely still dreaming.
Yep.
And he starts off with, on the odd chance that I'm still alive and this is still London, I think there might be some truth to what you guys were saying, and this is some weird, I don't know, time travel thing.
It is a bit timey-wimey, almost. Yeah.
Tyler,
Okay.
your phone
It doesn't
vibrates
come
in your
with a
pocket.
phone booth, though.
All right. Is it an important notification, or is it one of those regular ones that I get because I'm so popular?
This is one that takes you a while to recognize, because it's the one that you put in on the off chance that you were ever going to need you have over 100 notifications waiting.
Okay. He's gonna
You hit the button.
see if
There's a whole extra digit at the start of your view count for your most recent video.
I look at the thumbnail. Is it in a swamp in London?
The thumbnail is a dark, nasty swamp and the head of a torch.
Yeah, let's go.
It's just beep,
Let's go,
bing, bing. You just you're watching
yeah.
the video, you're watching the count at the bottom. It's scrolling just like faster than your fuel tank when you're.
I am
I plug my
perceptive.
phone into
Yep.
my portal.
Yeah.
portable charger.
Can I see if it's making all the dings and he's
Yeah.
looking at it? Can I see that screen to see that he's got the
I would like to hide this information because it seems as though
Yeah.
this is a secretive thing.
Okay.
This could be a contestant. I'm quick-witted.
Yeah.
I'll say that. That is a trait of mine. That I would like to avoid.
Yeah. We've definitely got someone you have to talk to. Hey, I got
I'm
a
just
Fiat.
gullible.
I got a Fiat. Let's see how fast we can get back. Come on.
All right.
Oh, you
And-
can't beat my Austin Mott.
Oh, I'm reckless and it's 3 a.m. So,
Up above you, you hear the crash as the van finally falls over.
Let's go.
I
Let's go.
think
Let's
that's our
go.
cue to get out of here, guys.
The drunks are, the drunks have passed the fun stage and the peeing on things stage. They're now wrecking shit because the buses have stopped running. Yeah.
So-
Yeah. They're looking
head
for
back through the
kebabs.
tunnel.
I'm just gonna
head back to the tunnel. Get back to the cars.
Yep. So, yeah, you head back up back, and again, I'm going to tell this from kind of Tyler's point of view because you this is not how you got here, right? These people just start marching into the darkness and this archaic old tunnel. Your view count's just pinging and pinging and pinging, and there all of a sudden there's stairs, and you walk out into like some weird old building. It's King's College, but seeing as how you hate history, you probably wouldn't know that. And they just out into the parking lot, walking and getting into all these other cars and driving away. You're standing there with your skateboard and no license. You've got Mick in an Aston Martin convertible. You've got a Fiat 500 and a Death Wish, apparently. And Blake, what was it you had? Forget the vehicle you took.
She took the bike.
I took
Oh,
a bike,
Right. Okay. Yeah.
a motorbike,
Your
a
motorcycle,
crotch
so-
rocket.
Yes. So, out of those three
So
choices,
she just sits down on the bike and puts a black helmet on.
yep. And it's
And
got
then
the
looks-
little tiny seat behind it and an extra helmet because I want to give Tyler the choice. Which of those?
Yeah, I was
three
about to
lifts-
say. Blake looks at Tyler and says, "Come on, kid, make a choice. Make it quick. We gotta go."
I'm gonna metagame a little bit. One of you
Yes.
says that you don't use your signal, and the other one says that they're gonna be reckless. So
And
I'm
the
gonna go
third
with Blake.
one just goes
Yeah.
super fast.
Yep. So you hop on the all black bike, pull on the helmet, put up the.
You got an
chips.
extra helmet, right? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
that
the helmet's
seems
on there.
Yep.
that seems conscious.
So
Okay.
As soon as he
skateboard in
walks
your
towards
arm.
the bike, Ted's gone.
Gone, yeah.
Oh, and make just is going the scenic route, but
Yep.
it's going like
Absolutely. So
They
we're
know
gonna,
they can't speed in London at 3 a.m., right? Oh, okay. You're going fast too.
Yeah. Just hold on tight and don't look back.
So
Vroom, vroom.
the camera goes this way, and a Fiat 500 does the full Italian job 4-wheel drift slide through an intersection off into the distance. It snaps back this way. The old Aston Martin convertible, again, smoke in the rear tires, just drifting around the roundabout 1.5 times instead of just and then out the other side and gone. There's a moment of silence where all you can smell is burnt rubber and 3 a.m. London kebabs that have been dropped on the street. The only thing open is the curry place, and there's a moment of silence and and 14,000 RPMs of screaming motorcycle. It looks like first from a distance like there's only one person on it because I'm going to presume that Tyler is just
Yeah, he's clutching
Yeah.
really hard and being like, okay.
Yep.
It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it.
It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Like
it's worth it.
peaks and is just like, oh, okay. Listen, what Doja Cat say? I'd still rather be famous. Okay. He's like,
So we just switched to a graphic novel because that's the last panel is the bike fading into the distance, and they do that thing with the text where it follows the bike. And that's the whole little speech that you just gave. And right at the end, you have to get real close to see this is what Doja Cat would do. And then it fades out and it says, see you next month. Because in this case, we're going to see you next week. But that's where we're going to drop the curtain on tonight because, like I said, we're always going to start with you getting back to Callum and not getting to him.
oh yeah.
So thank you everybody tonight. That was fun. I love this game. It's been exactly what I was hoping for. Silly, but all this real history and real stuff happening and real historical changes, but it doesn't matter because when the feces hits the rotating instrument, it's all Peter Sellers and Monty Python, and I love it. So, so thank you so much to Sean for playing Ted for us. This sort of trying to be stalwart, trying to be like jaded, and trying to be like, this is no big deal, I got this, and just about failing miserably. So thank you, that was wonderful. Thank you to Solar for Blake. You've turned into the sort of strong silent type. You just sort of like you're the clock watcher. It's like time to go now. We need the plan is in place, right? Let's just hit the button. Let's hit the numbers and get out of here. You're trying to be the pro in a room full of people that don't want to be pros. So that's lovely. I love it. That's that comic feature. Perfect. Aaron, watching
You can't even keep a straight face.
Oh, watching you dumb yourself down. I'm watching you have ideas and go, nope, 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 nope. Oh, that one's stupid. And then you said, so it's so much fun to watch you do that. So thank you for that. And because I get to watch you do that in another show, Eddie, that's what made me think of that. But thank you for taking the challenge up again. One of the toughest characters to play, in my opinion at least, is that young teenager thing. To play it real without being just stupidly stereotypical and hurtful and all that stuff. It takes some talent, and I know you've got mad acting skills, and you've showed that in a lot of shows. But I appreciate the shocked. Watching you do shocked tonight was really good. Like, this kid's just like trying to be cool, right? You're 13, right? You cannot let them know you're flustered, right? That's worse than death. So watching you trying to cool this out is absolutely spectacular. I am so looking forward to Tyler meeting Callum. That's going to be interesting. That is a generation gap that's going to be fun to play out.
That's okay. It goes better with whiskey.
Yeah, he's 13, and this is Twitch. As much as Callum would give him a drink, I can't.
Getting handed pills, getting handed whiskey.
And thank you for that. Actually, that was perfect. Because of this error, it made perfect sense. It's canon now. You don't need to take a pill. You're just
wonderful.
You get there. You just choose.
I'm very happy to stick with lying to people as well.
Yep. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because what 13-year-old doesn't think they're smarter than every adult in the room, right? So
I mean, I just want to say I was totally ready to go Mortal Kombat on that last guy, and that card got played.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's always an option, but it's to my mind, it's more fun when you don't take that option. I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now, and I keep getting frustrated that I can't avoid fights. You can avoid lots of them, but you can't avoid them all, and that's like in my head. I always want to try and avoid every fight, right? But you guys nailed it tonight. You didn't just. I love it every time. Like, you go back and you change history, but you always do something interesting to it. You're 3 for 3. I mean, you invoked a social consciousness 6,800 years early. So I got a week to think about what London looks like when you guys get back. So this one,
my!
It's gonna be...
they all died because they're all soft.
Yeah.
And then the raging people still won in
Especially
the
considering
end.
what we did with Boudica.
Yeah, the Romans and everything. So yeah. Anyway, we will figure that out. Part of my fun is during the week I have to figure out how you guys affected it, make it epic and outrageous, but not have it affect the world enough to make it a completely different world than the one you started in. So I always have to kind of go out and then come back. So I got to figure out a way there and then a way back. So that's my fun. Speaking of my fun, as anybody who's watched me knows, I like to be watched. So thank you to all the people who watch this live. Thank you to all the people that are watching the VOD. Getting watched from the future is weird, and I love it. And all the people that watch on YouTube, thank you to you as well. If you got all the way to here, please hit the buttons at the bottom. Hit all of them. What the hell?
Yes.
You're there. Yeah. Hit them all. If you watched all the way to here, we're going to presume you liked it. So please hit all the buttons, and we will see you next time. But until next time, the important bit. Because we play games and we're a great bunch of game players, but we are above and beyond all of that. We are a community. And as that community, please, until next time, be nice to each other. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
All right.
Bye.